Hi, welcome back everyone. I hope you enjoyed Chapter 3. Today we are going to be reading Chapter 4 and Chapter 5. So Chapter 3 left off with everyone trying to figure out where Simone is, the French girl that doesn't speak any English, and Aunt Molly is still looking for her suitcase. Chapter 4. Oh no, the woman in the red dress said. Simone is missing. I hope the gifts I bought are not in that lost suitcase, Aunt Molly said. I bought a bookmark in the shape of the Eiffel Tower and a toy soldier made out of old candy wrappers. What should we do now? Mrs. Jansen asked the guard. Go to the airline service desk. Someone there will help you. The old man helped his wife off the bench. Mr. and Mrs. Jansen each carried one of Aunt Molly's suitcases. They followed Cam, Eric, and Aunt Molly to the service desk. People nearby were sitting on benches and reading newspapers and magazines. Others had their legs stretched out and were resting. There were people rushing past with luggage and people talking to each other. And there were announcements. My name is Charles Green, the old man told the woman behind the airline's desk. This is my wife, Ida. We came to pick up our niece and we can't find her. Her name is Simone Green, and she doesn't speak any English. A tag was pinned to the woman's jacket. Jill Wanner was printed on the tag. Was she on one of our flights? Jill Wanner asked. Yes, Flight 54. Jill Wanner picked up the phone. Here's a picture of them all talking to the lady. First, I'll check if she was even on the flight. Oh, she was on it, Aunt Molly said. She sat right across from me. She's very polite. Cam whispered to Eric, I hope she doesn't tell her about the applesauce. Jill Wanner put the telephone down. Did you check the luggage area? She asked. Yes. Jill Wanner picked up the phone again. We'll have her paged. If she's anywhere in the building, she will hear it. She spoke to someone over the telephone. Then she told the Greens, just wait a few minutes. I'm sure your niece will be here. While we wait, maybe you can help me, Aunt Molly said. I was also on Flight 54, and one of my suitcases is missing. Jill Wanner took 2 sheets of paper from her desk. You'll have to fill out these forms, she said. She gave Aunt Molly a pen. Aunt Molly gave Cam her sweater. Then Aunt Molly sat on a bench. She put the popcorn bag on the bench next to her and began to fill out the forms. Jack, they want my local address. That's your house. And they want your telephone number. I always get things with numbers confused. Can you help me with this? Mr. Jansen sat on the bench next to Aunt Molly. He started to fill out the forms. Mrs. Jansen was tapping on her handbag again. She looked at her watch and began tapping her foot on the floor. Then she looked at Cam. It's silly for you to carry that sweater, she said. Why don't you put it in Aunt Molly's suitcase? As Cam opened the suitcase, Mr. Jansen was reading from the form. Can you describe the lost piece of luggage? He asked Aunt Molly. It's made of canvas. It's small and brown, Aunt Molly said. And it has a red, yellow, and blue stripe, Cam said. Aunt Molly and Mr. Jansen turned and saw Cam take a small suitcase out from the larger one. Oh my goodness, Aunt Molly said and laughed. Now I remember. When I left on my trip, my small suitcase was filled with gifts for the friends I would be visiting. When I came back, I didn't need it, so I packed it inside one of the bigger suitcases. You have your suitcase. Now we can go home, Mrs. Jansen said. May I have your attention, please, was announced. Will Simone Green please report to the information desk on the main level? Thank you. That announcement is no good, Cam said. Simone won't understand it. It should have been made in French. Mr. Jansen returned the pen and forms to the airline's desk. Then Cam, her parents, Eric, and Aunt Molly began to walk towards the exit. Wait, Aunt Molly said. I forgot something. What now? Mrs. Jansen asked as Aunt Molly ran back to the bench. A moment later, Aunt Molly returned carrying Eric's bag of popcorn. She took some from the bag and ate it as she walked. Wait, Eric said. Not again, Mrs. Jansen told him. We have to get home. But I know where to find Simone. And there's a picture of Cam finding Aunt Molly's suitcase. Okay, Chapter 5. Mr. and Mrs. Jansen put down the suitcases they were carrying. Mrs. Jansen looked at her watch and began tapping her fingers on her handbag again. Aunt Molly took some more popcorn from the bag. You're hungry, right? Eric asked Aunt Molly. Yes, I never get enough to eat on an airplane. Well, if you're hungry, Simone must be hungry too. She's probably in one of the restaurants eating. Cam, Eric, and Aunt Molly rushed over to the Greens. We know where to find Simone, Eric told them. Aunt Molly just got off the same flight, and she's real hungry, Cam said. And I even brought along something to eat on the airplane, and I had a buttered roll in my handbag, Aunt Molly said. We think Simone must be hungry too. We'll probably find her in one of the restaurants. There they are, letting them know where they think she is. Charles Green said, You may be right. Let's go and look. No, we have to stay right here, Edna Green said. I've asked them to repeat the announcement, this time in French. I hope Simone hears it, and if she does, I want to be here to meet her. We have to go home now, Mrs. Jansen told Cam, Eric, and Aunt Molly. Then she said to the Greens, I'm sure you'll find Simone. We can't leave now, Cam told her mother. Mrs. Jansen whispered, But I have to get home. You know that, and you know why. What's that? Why do you have to get home? Aunt Molly asked. Oh, I just have some things to do, Mrs. Jansen said. We don't live far from the airport, and I'll take you home now, Mr. Jansen told his wife. Then I'll come back and pick up Molly, Cam, and Eric. And while you're gone, we will find Simone, Eric said. Mr. Jansen looked at his watch. I'll be back at 3 o'clock. I'll be at the main entrance. Mr. and Mrs. Jansen walked towards the exit. Mr. Green showed the photograph of Simone to Cam and Eric. Cam looked at it. She blinked her eyes and said, Click. Eric explained to Mr. Green, that click helps Cam to remember the picture. Oh. Aunt Molly looked at the photograph again. Simone's hair is longer now. She has it in a ponytail, and she's wearing a blue shirt. There's the picture they have of Simone. Aunt Molly returned the photograph to Mr. Green, Cam, Eric, and Aunt Molly. They started to walk towards one of the restaurants. Mr. Jansen ran to them. He took a deep breath and then said, Molly, I wanted to make sure you knew that we have your suitcases. Oh no, I've lost them again. No, you haven't lost them. I have your suitcases in the car. I'm taking them home. Good, Cam said. Now let's go find Simone. Cam, Eric, and Aunt Molly went first to a small coffee shop on the main level. A few people were sitting by the counter and eating. Simone was not there. They went next to a fancy restaurant. Soft music was playing, and there was very little light. A man wearing a bow tie and a black suit greeted them. Would you like to be seated? The man asked Aunt Molly. No, we're just looking for someone. Cam, Eric, and Aunt Molly walked quietly through the restaurant. The man followed them. Please, he whispered, do not disturb anyone. But there's no one here. This place is empty, Cam said. There they are, walking through the restaurant. May I have your attention, please? Cam, Eric, and Aunt Molly heard as they left the restaurant. Will Simone Green please report to the information desk? Thank you. Then the announcement was repeated in French. Cam, Eric, and Aunt Molly walked past the information desk. They saw the Greens sitting nearby. They waited a short while. When Simone didn't come, they walked towards the escalator. Eric said, She's probably eating downstairs. Maybe she doesn't know where the information desk is, and everyone she asks doesn't speak French. Just as Cam, Eric, and Aunt Molly got on the down escalator, a few people got off the up escalator. Did you see her? Did you see who just got off? Cam asked. I saw a skinny woman with sunglasses. There they are on the escalator. I saw a skinny woman with sunglasses and a few cameras, Aunt Molly said. I saw a woman wearing lots of colored beads, Eric said. No, Cam said as the escalator took them downstairs. I saw a girl with a ponytail. I saw Simone. All right, that's the end of Chapter 5. Tune in tomorrow for Chapter 6.